Hi, it's Kim, and today I am going to respond to one of the questions that we had on the website. It was in regards to this particular plant that I did some beheading of and then kind of chopped it into little pieces and replanted them in order to get a lot of new plants. Now this particular plant is Crassula Capitella Campfire. And this is the Hypertufa pot, kind of a succulent arrangement that I have it in. It, as you can see, has really, popped out some new branches and is growing pretty well. Has a lot of its color, not as vividly red as it was when it was outside. Let me see if I can get a long shot of it. Yeah, you can see the little top is trying to branch, but in that video I did transplant into a hanging pot here. I hope you can see that. It looks pretty bright, but I just ended up dangling. That's where the mommy usually sits, but I have baby here just above her, and all of those little sprouts are growing well. They even bloom. For whatever reason, they didn't lose their blossoming effect. So they have stayed blooming in that Hypertufa pot. And you can see they're really doing well. Hope I can keep that in focus. But now the other, I had in that arrangement, but that was too awkward and wouldn't fit. So I ended up using one of these little cellophane, I think this might have been a bakery container for croissants or something like that. And I just poured the vermiculite down into there and put the plants there to continue rooting. And they have done real well. As you can see, they still continued to bloom. That's kind of weird and strange. I didn't expect that to happen. But let me show you. Let me see if I can reach over into here to get them, because I'm ready to plant them up into some individual containers. This one, see, it has a nice clump of roots there on the bottom. I don't know if you can see that very well, but there are a lot of roots, along with blooms on the top. Strange. But this one is one of the bigger ones. A lot of root clump there. But it's already branching. You can see the new little pieces growing out of the edges there. The little spot where it attaches to the stem. So that's going to be a pretty successful piece. This one, same thing. It kind of had the curled edge, but the roots are coming right out of that edge. Oh, here's one other small branch. Tiny section of roots there. But it did root. And this is just in straight vermiculite with blossoms. Okay, and now the leaves, there were several leaves that I just stuck down into the vermiculite, and they have created tiny little plants there at the base of the root. You can see those, so those need to go into their own little container. I think I'm going to have way too much of this campfire. Same with each one of these. A lot of roots have formed, and the tiny plants right there at the junction. Hope you can see that. They're so little. They haven't developed enough roots to finish using the leaf, because the way I understand they grow, they use all that nurturing from the leaf, and then the leaf will wither and die when they're large enough. This one. I can't really see its little plant. Could just be my eyesight, but you can see there's a lot of roots. I think that's it. Oh, that's it here. But what I'm going to do is use some new pots. I have several stray pots that I can plant a few of these up in, and that way I can keep them in a small cluster and let them grow. And that way in the springtime, I'll have a giant campfire plant to put out and get it in the sun and get a lot of good growth. But I'm hoping to get one as nice as this one was. This one was so long and so beautiful and red. But thanks, Margaret, for the question, and thanks for the idea for a video. If anyone else has any questions, please let me know, and I'll see what I can film to answer your question. Thanks for joining me today. Come back for another video.